Do you feel like you are always the one chasing? Or you feel like she's taking you for granted? You're not alone. Today we discuss 4 strategies to flip the script and make her fear losing you. These reverse psychology techniques are game changers in any relationship. Ready to make her realize what she has? Let's get started. But before, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content like this. 1. Create space. Creating space in a relationship is a powerful tactic to make her worry about losing you. Here's how it works. First, valuing your time and energy. By limiting the attention you give her, especially if it's undeserved, you're demonstrating that your time and energy are valuable. This communicates to her that you have priorities beyond just her, which can be both intriguing and unsettling. Second, it makes you focus on yourself. Instead of constantly being available to her, focus on yourself and your own goals. This shows her that you're independent and capable of thriving without her. It's not about playing games or being distant, but rather about investing in yourself and your own growth. And trust me, this strategy is very effective because, 1, it will create intrigue. When she realizes that you're not always at her beck and call, it creates intrigue and uncertainty. Suddenly, she's not sure where she stands with you, which can be both exciting and anxiety-inducing. 2, it demonstrates independence. Giving her space demonstrates that you're independent and self-sufficient. This can be incredibly attractive, as it shows that you're not reliant on her for your happiness or fulfillment. Now imagine you're a man who's been in a relationship for a while, and you've always been readily available to your partner. You've noticed that she started taking you for granted, expecting you to drop everything for her at a moment's notice. You decide to implement the strategy of space creation. Instead of immediately responding to her texts and calls, you take some time to focus on your own interests and goals. You start going to the gym more regularly, pursuing that hobby you've always wanted to try, and spending time with your friends. As a result, your partner begins to notice a shift in your behavior. Suddenly, she's not the center of your universe anymore, and it makes her question her own feelings and priorities. She starts to worry that she might be losing you, and she begins to put more effort into the relationship to win back your attention. By implementing the strategy of space creation, you're not only reclaiming your sense of self and independence, but you're also creating a dynamic in the relationship that makes her realize just how valuable you truly are. 2. Stop begging her. Refusing to beg her to come back is a powerful tactic to make her regret about losing you. Begging makes you appear desperate and weak, giving her the upper hand in the relationship. By refusing to beg, you're showing her that you're strong and confident without her. This demonstrates that you have a sense of self-respect and dignity, which is incredibly attractive. Instead of pleading for her to come back, focus on your own life and happiness. This self-assured attitude communicates that you don't need her to be happy and that you're perfectly capable of thriving on your own. It shifts the power dynamic in the relationship and makes her question whether she made a mistake by letting you go. By refusing to beg, you're changing her perception of you. Suddenly, you're not the desperate ex trying to win her back. You're the confident, self-assured man who doesn't need her validation. This can make her see you in a new light and start to question her decision to let you go. Confidence is undeniably attractive. By demonstrating strength and self-assurance, you become far more desirable in her eyes. She'll start to worry that she's losing someone valuable and irreplaceable. Imagine you're a man who's just been through a breakup and you're tempted to beg your ex to come back. Instead, you decide to implement the strategy of stop begging her. You resist the urge to plead for her forgiveness and instead focus on improving yourself and your own life. You hit the gym, pursue your passions, and spend time with friends and family. As a result, your ex starts to notice a change in you. You're no longer chasing after her, and it makes her question whether she made the right decision by ending the relationship. She starts to worry that she might be losing you for good and begins to reconsider her feelings. Meanwhile, you continue to focus on yourself and your own happiness, knowing that you deserve someone who values and respects you. By refusing to beg her to come back, you're not only reclaiming your sense of self-respect and dignity, but you're also creating a dynamic in the relationship that makes her realize just how much she stands to lose by letting you go. 3. Joyful autonomy. Embracing joyful autonomy is a powerful way for a man to make a woman fear losing him. A man who exudes joyful autonomy radiates confidence, positivity, and self-assurance. He's content with his life and doesn't rely on others, including women, for his happiness. This aura of self-assuredness is incredibly attractive and magnetic. Rather than seeking validation or happiness from the woman, he finds joy and fulfillment in his own life. He genuinely engages in activities and spends time with people who bring him happiness and fulfillment. This authenticity shines through and draws others, including the woman, towards him. When a woman sees that a man is thriving and living a full content life without her, it creates intrigue and desire. She starts to question her own significance in his life and wonders what makes him so content on his own. This uncertainty and fear of losing him make her reconsider her decision to let him go. By embracing joyful autonomy, a man elevates his own value in the eyes of the woman. She realizes that he doesn't need her to be happy, and that losing him would mean losing someone who brings genuine happiness and positivity into her life. This realization makes her fear losing him even more. Imagine a man who has recently gone through a breakup. Instead of wallowing in despair or begging his ex to come back, he decides to embrace joyful autonomy. He focuses on his own happiness and fulfillment, pursuing his passions, spending time with friends and family, and engaging in activities that bring him joy. As a result, his ex starts to take notice of the positive changes in him. She sees that he's thriving and living a full content life without her, and it makes her question whether she made a mistake by letting him go. She starts to fear losing him and begins to reconsider her decision. Meanwhile, the man continues to radiate confidence and positivity, knowing that he's worth more than someone who doesn't appreciate his true value. By embracing joyful autonomy, a man not only makes a woman fear losing him, but also reaffirms his own worth and value in the process. 4. Create competition. Incorporating competition by having more women in your social circle is a powerful way for a man to make a woman fear losing him. By expanding your social circle to include more women, whether platonic or not, you tap into the natural competitive streak that women often have. When she sees other women in your presence, it triggers a subtle but undeniable competitive edge within her. She's reminded that if she doesn't step up, someone else might catch her attention. The presence of other women serves as a psychological nudge, leveraging healthy competition to keep her invested in the relationship. Knowing that you have other options can make her realize that she needs to make more effort to maintain your interest and attention. Seeing you interact with other women, whether casually or romantically, can trigger feelings of jealousy and regret in your partner. She may start to fear losing you to someone else and regret taking you for granted. This fear of losing you to another woman can motivate her to reevaluate her feelings and behavior towards you. Having more women in your life showcases your desirability and value as a man. It demonstrates that you're attractive and interesting to other women, which can make your partner realize that she's lucky to have you. This realization can make her fear losing you and prompt her to put more effort into the relationship. Imagine a man who has recently gone through a breakup. Instead of dwelling on his ex-partner or trying to win her back, he decides to implement the strategy of creating competition. He expands his social circle to include more female friends, reconnects with old acquaintances, and starts dating other women. As a result, his ex-partner starts to notice the change in his social life. She sees him interacting confidently and comfortably with other women, and it triggers feelings of jealousy and regret within her. She begins to fear losing him to someone else and starts to reconsider her decision to end the relationship. By incorporating competition through the presence of other women in his life, the man not only makes his ex-partner fear losing him, but also reaffirms his value and desirability as a masculine and attractive individual. By the way, if you find value, please like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.